I said recently that Hamza, a very popular men's improvement creator, is clueless about long-term relationships. And that video continues to outperform over the past couple of weeks, so I guess that means that this is a topic that is relevant and something that y'all are interested in, so maybe we should talk about it some more. Of course, I will leave the link to the original video in the description if you're interested in that, but essentially, the idea is I believe that this trend of pretending to be an alpha, pretending to be like James Bond in order to have successful relationships needs a reality check. It needs to come back down to earth, because pretending to be things that you're not will only align you with relationships that you don't belong in. If you play games to get your foot in the door, then you'll have to keep playing games to keep that door open. If you are trying that hard to paint yourself as this character just to get with women, how is that not the equivalent to simping? It literally means that you need acceptance so badly that you are playing chameleon to try and fit into this picture. This is the behavior of a man who has no integrity. What's more, I think that when you play a role for long enough, you can actually begin to lose sense of reality. It's like a method actor or going deep undercover. And if this character that you have concocted receives more attention and love and validation, that mask of who you are pretending to be starts to look a lot better than the inferior person hiding beneath it.
That's correct, Wendy. We all wear masks, metaphorically speaking.
I hate this idea of pretending to be things that you're not. Stop pretending, become it or don't. You either are or you are not. If there is no alignment, it is nothing but a lie. Like, you can buy a boat, you can learn all of the sailing lingo, you can dress like a pirate, speak like a pirate, convince a whole crew to sail with you, and a lot of people will believe the act, but it's when the storm hits that the truth of your ability to sail will be exposed. You can become a really good actor and convince a lot of people that you are what you say you are. You can even begin to convince yourself. You can begin to believe your own hype, and that is a very dangerous place to put yourself, because pride comes before a fall. Does anybody remember the story of John Zerka, talking so loudly and proudly about being a fighter, posing as this infallible tough guy? And the sad part is that I think that he really believed it too, but then he got embarrassed. I would say humbled, but I don't think the guy understands the word humility. But now the whole world knows he's 6'3" and 240 for what? I don't believe that you can fake it till you make it unless you are putting in work into what you are trying to fake. If you talk a big game about being a fighter, and you're aligning your actions with those words, and so this game of pretend, you're actually still training and putting in the work behind the scenes, maybe you're not quite as great as you claim to be, but you'll be moving towards it every day. Whereas if you're just talking and posturing, then you're just doing cosmetic work on a car with no engine. When it comes time to race, you're all show and no go. When the storms of life hit, the paint is coming off and your true colors will show. This also applies to how you are building and presenting yourself as a man. And I say this as someone who has experience with trying to play my cards right and trying to be things that I'm not, just to fit the mold of what society deems as a real man in order to impress people that I didn't like. And I ended up in a lot of toxic relationships and cycles of addiction as a consequence of my own lack of integrity. It is impossible to build anything authentic and lasting when it comes to relationships when you're wearing a mask. But I understand why it sells. It's sexy. What man does not want to be desired by all women and feared and respected by all men? It strokes both ego and insecurity at the same time. This is what makes us highly susceptible to subscribing to the narratives that creators like Hamza and Wes Watson and Mr. Locario and Fresh and Fit sell, especially for the men who don't already exist in the top 20% of men in the dating market value totem pole.
Like a woman, when you are mysterious, like James Bond, for example, she's sat at home thinking of all the possibilities that he could be doing right now. Whoa, he could be fighting like Russian agents. He could be invading like this country or this, or he could be like looking for this murderer or something. Wow, so exciting. And then there's you.
Fun fact, did you know that less than 40% of men ever reproduced historically? Yes, most men throughout history never even got the chance. They never even got a sniff. They died without ever feeling the touch of a woman. And now, with the modern advances of dating apps and social media and even levels of equality where women who are biologically more selective no longer rely on men for provision and protection in the same way. And all of these factors have started to bring that pendulum swinging back. And this is why almost all of men's advice is about getting paid and getting laid and getting noticed by women. It's about boats and hoes. It's about selling the dream to the bottom 60% of the male population, because that is a massive market. The non-reproducing males, selling them the keys to the VIP, the secrets to getting into the top 40%, the reproducing males category. All you have to do is pretend to be like James Bond, bro. You just need to learn game, bro. You just need to learn how to cold approach, bro. You just need to learn how to look smacks, bro. Buy my course, join my community, and you'll finally be able to be one of the reproducers like me. There is a massive multi-billion-dollar market that preys upon men who are unsuccessful with women and in society. Whether you sell them porn or negative narratives towards women or self-improvement in order to get with said women, or even all three at the same time. But I don't know about you. I've personally grown tired of the alpha male hustle culture, scamming bullshit that sells the idea that you must be a roided out mewing millionaire who shaves his arms and legs and has to sleep with at least 50 women and is always looking for a fight in order to be a real man and have success with women.
Shave your goddamn arms.
See, you can't,
pull your fucking shirt off. If those are men to you guys,
God
go fucking kill
God
yourself.
forbid you say watches are not important to this guy.
It is nothing but a grift, and the type of women that you will find yourself with when you play pretend will be a reflection of what you deserve. If you are fake, she's going to be fake too. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I think a lot of people are beginning to wake up. They're beginning to be sick of being sold snake oil. I think the next evolution for men's online content and self-improvement is going to be a push towards more authenticity and alignment and integrity.